what you think about Susan and Billy Rex. Like, there's a lot of potential there. Yes, there's not a lot. The show didn't give us a lot to go on, but that's just the fun part. We could take over the rest. So yeah, that's why I like Susan and Billy Rex. And the before last ship I want to talk about. Oh boy, this one is kind of crack, but I think it honestly makes sense. And that's Junko and Dove. Yeah, my only Junko ship when it's not with an OC. I'm sorry, Junko. I honestly really like Junko, but he doesn't interact with a lot of girls. That's the problem. He doesn't inspire a lot of ships. However, for me at least, he does inspire Junko and Dove. So, why do I like Junko and Dove together? I think it's almost like an opposites attract kind of thing. Because when you think about it, the two kind of balance each other out. Because Junko is physically very strong and very intimidating and, very tough. But on the inside, he's super sweet and a bit of a softie. And on the other hand, Dove, she looks very sweet and soft and innocent, but she's actually really strong and really tough and she can be intimidating when she wants to. So just the idea of those two being together, I think that they would balance each other out. Plus, yeah, there's really not much more I could say about this relationship other than, yeah, they balance each other out, and I just think it would be interesting for Junko to be with Dove and the potential. Like, I don't think that Junko has there's not much more I could say about these two other than I just like the thought of them together and the thought of them balancing each other out like that. Plus, Junko seems like the kind of person who would would probably get a crush on a girl if she's pretty and if she's nice to him, and Dove would fall under both categories. Of course, when they first met, not the brightest example, but she does become a friend to the Stormhawks and an ally and a good friend of the Stormhawks. So I think that in that time between when they met and at least episode 28, because in that episode, Aerrow mentioned that, we're not going to hurt our friends. I'm thinking that they probably interacted quite a lot, or at least more than once. So I'm wondering, what could have happened in there? Could Dove have shown herself to be a really sweet and nice girl, and maybe Junko would like that about her? So maybe he gets a tiny bit of a crush, and then when the others find out that he has a tiny crush, maybe they encourage him to pursue it. They're like, yeah, go talk to her, go hang out with Dove, and maybe you'll have a shot. Of course, Finn won't be so enthusiastic because he thinks that Dove is super hot. But I also think that Dove would appreciate Junko's attention and how his affection for her, unlike with Finn, which is very, appearance based, his would be, more sweet and more endearing. But yeah, I just like the idea of those two being together. And I think it would be so funny if they did get together and Dove's the one wearing the pants in the relationship. Come on, it's funny. It's a funny idea, and I just like that. I just like that potential. So yeah, that's Junko and Dove, and the only ship I have for Junko. I'm so sorry, Junko. And now the last ship I'm going to talk about, which I am kind of on the fence now about it, and that's Radar and the Stalker Hen. Yeah, you'd think. First off, when I said that relationship name, you probably thought, well, that's just the Stalker Hen who really likes Radar. But there is evidence that he may like her too. After all, in episode 29, Radar put a picture of the Stalker Hen, or at least the one on Terra Gale, on his dashboard when he and Aerrow were going off to the exosphere. He put a picture of her on his dashboard, so I'm thinking, when I first saw that, I was like, they could be kind of cute. Yes, totally weird. A very, very weird relationship idea. And I shudder to think about what the kids would look like, or how they'd get kids anyway. I mean, ugh. But as time went on, those thoughts and other thoughts of, like, I just grew less and less fond of the ship, and now I'm thinking of shipping Radar with an OC instead. So yeah, I'm just on the fence about Radar and the Stalker Hen, but I still like reading these one shots about the Stalker Hen still trying to pursue Radar. I think it's mostly I mostly follow that still Rico's fanfics, just the comedic value and for Radar's attempts to try and get away from the Stalker Hens. So it's a very comedic ship, but I'm not sure I'm totally on board with it romantic wise. So yeah, that's pretty much all my Stormhawk ships, and wow, this video is definitely going into parts. Definitely, without a doubt. So yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and yeah, wow, I just got to talk about my Stormhawk ships. That was fun. Okay, and yeah, also I highly recommend checking out Deadpoolzilla's video about his Stormhawk ships. And I personally thought it was really entertaining, and not just because of the subject matter. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for now. Anything else to say? Nope, not really.